Hi everyone, Ryan from Ryan's Sessions, doing the review on the 93 Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham. Okay. I am the third owner of this particular Cadillac. The original owner had it for 23 years, from 93 to 2016. He owned it when he was, or bought it when he was 70. And owned it until he was 93. Towards the end of his ownership of the vehicle, he did this damage to the vehicle. He obviously hit something, pushed the bumper in. This molding was destroyed, so I had it replaced just to make it look a little bit better. As you can see, that this trim piece is rather damaged. Got a fender dent there. And the headlight's pushed in a little bit. It's not flush with the turn signal. And also a little dent on the bumper itself. But other than that, that's the only superficial damage that this car has. It's relatively straight. It's rust-free. Paint's in decent condition. Still very glossy. Trim piece chrome is also in very good condition, especially for its age. I painted these myself when I got it because they were sun damaged and looked all chipped up and what have you. This was the actual color of these moldings. I went ahead and just blocked this up, taped this off so the Fleetwood nameplate would be more of a standout. I like the way it worked out. And with this Sebring silver color on this Cadillac, this shade of trim is a little bit more complementary to it. I added these as well. I put these on several of the Cadillacs I've ever owned. I like the way that those look. Those wreaths around the keyhole on the passenger and driver's side. I got the windows tinted just to kind of preserve the interior and keep the Florida sun out from burning me up. Also for a little bit of privacy, so tinted windows are a good thing. You can hear the exhaust on it. Hollowed out the cats you've seen on the previous video and put a new muffler on. Muffler is a Walker SS Quiet Flow muffler, and car's really quiet. Back trim, I had to do a little bit of cheap repair on it and paint that, but it all worked out all right. This Cadillac emblem was missing when I bought the vehicle, so this one is off of a 97 through 99 Cadillac DeVille. A little bit better looking emblem. The C is a lot more larger, and the script is a little bit more pronounced, and I just like the way it looks. So that's just a little tip from the older emblem. This one just looks a little bit better. Also had to put a new reef on one of these too. All these trim pieces you can get from eBay and places like that. Okay. Down the side of this, as I said, relatively straight car. I'd say the overall condition of this vehicle is about a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. Decent daily driver status. Not perfect, but not also an embarrassment to drive around. As you can see, the vinyl top is in really good condition. I condition it probably once every month. It doesn't get to see the garage that often, but every so often I go ahead and just get it in there and puts 303 on the top, so it doesn't get any splits or anything. All right, let's go in the back here. Oh, I gotta unlock it. Let me go around to the driver's side. This is a neat little feature when you want to exit the vehicle. It has memory seats, which is nothing new today, but in '93 it was kind of cutting edge. But this is kind of interesting. When you want to exit the vehicle, you can hit the exit button and seats go ahead and move, so it's easier enough for you to exit the vehicle. Never seen this before either on a car, but they only recovered part of this seat, 2 of these panels and 3 of these panels. I guess they were really in bad condition at the time, so they replaced it with some sort of vinyl or plastic of some sort. Definitely not leather, or same quality leather as this stuff is. Obviously it's showing some wear here, and this is where the interior is at its worst on this panel here, on this armrest, especially if this is where the cup holder is, and the where you would put a tissue dispenser. But the dash is in good shape, no cracks, which is unusual. Most of these have at least a crack in it. Like I said, this is 92,000 miles on this, and the radio is stock. AC controls are simplistic, auto, and just you can change your temp speed and fan speed. Actually your temp and your fan speed, and then you can hit the outside there, and this is your vent. That's it. Not a lot of buttons to really contend with. Don't want to confuse those old people. Pop the trunk. Indicator that tells you that well, you can't really see, the damn sun's in the way. There it is. Tells you the trunk's ajar. Basically all the idiot lights as you can think of, but being a Cadillac, they don't bother telling you the oil temperature or voltage or RPMs or any of that stuff. So, walk around to the back here. Although I have a full-size spare in it now, the car didn't originally come with it. But since I do drive it primarily, I went ahead and just put my full-size spare out of the Caprice in it. But although that has a full-size spare, it still has plenty of trunk space. This is a pretty cool thing here. This is your lockout for your gas fuel door, which is also your license plate. So you can't really move it, just a little bit. And then when you unlock it, you move it all the way. There's your gases. Alright. Also, this car, standard automatic pull down. Alright. A couple more features here. There's the Brougham nameplate. These cars started out as Fleetwoods, and then the Brougham was a higher paid option if you wanted to get this. And this is part of having the Brougham package, is these makeup mirrors in the back on the headliner here, with the adjustable lights, which both sides still work. Most everything still works on this car, except for the power antenna, which is stuck up, which is fine. There's the back seat there. You got a center armrest with cup holders and storage. Move that up if you wish. One of the things that is no longer on new cars now is fiber optics. And these, of course, when you can look through the rear mirror, you could see that when these are on, these will tell you if your tail lights are working and your brake lights. So if you have a brake light bulb or a turn signal bulb out, which is the same thing, the second indicator, or just a regular tail light is out, it'll tell you. It won't be, it wouldn't light up. But when they're all working, it'll light up just fine, and you can always tell by looking out through the rear mirror. You also have them for the front. I'll show you that. Might as well pop the hood as well. Now, unfortunately, it's daytime, so you can't see, but maybe in a future video I'll show you what it looks like at night. But these are fiber optic indicators This was kind of the last of the end of the line for these. I think these came out in the late 60s, early 70s, and after the 1996 model year, they stopped making these. They stopped doing these on these cars. If anybody has any vehicles that was after that, I'd like to know. But I believe 96 was the end of the line for that. I had a 97 DeVille and it didn't have on it. Alright. That's 350 V8 LO5. A lot of the trucks, Suburbans, C1500s, Sierras, had that type of engine. Roadmasters, they used it in a bunch of stuff. This is the only year they had it in the Fleetwoods though, 93. 185 horsepower at 3,800 RPMs, 300 foot-pounds of torque at 2,400 RPMs. Here's an aftermarket transmission cooler that the second owner, Glenn, he installed, or had installed. He also had installed, as you can see, it's ice damn cold, $1,100 AC system. Completely went through the entire AC system and converted it over to 134A, and replaced the distributor cap and the wires, and did a bunch of other maintenance stuff on it. New tires, new brakes. Really did a $4,000 worth of upgrades and maintenance on this car, and they only sold it for $2,200. So I couldn't even haggle. I usually like to haggle with people, but that was a steal. Like I said, the hood was all faded and stuff, so I had that reshot. They did a hell of a job matching the paint. Okay, well, that's pretty much it. I like the touch that they made with that. That's pretty good. This car was roughly about $37,000 brand new. You can get them optioned up all the way to about $38,500. So it doesn't have all the options, but it has pretty much almost it all. Only has 4 options that I know that it doesn't have, and one of them is the full-size spare, the tow pack, CD player, and the sunroof. Other than that, I think it pretty much has it all. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love this car. It's like I said, the exhaust is quiet, and the road noise and the wind noise is next to nothing. It's one of the quietest cars I've ever owned, and this is car number 24, if I'm not mistaken. Alrighty, well, thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you later. My favorite part about this car. Alright, see you next time. Oh, before I go, you can always tell a 93 from any other Brougham from this, and the mirrors, that's what I wanted to say. 93 and 94 only for these mirrors. 95, 96, they were up here. And like I said, there was 31,000 of these made in 93. And then they went 27 and change in 94, 27 and change in 95, and just over 15,000 in 96. However, 94 through 96 had the LT1s in them. So of the 101,000 and change that they made of these cars, which is very successful, 31,000 had the LO5 and 60,000 had an LT1 in them. Okay, now we're done. I can't think of anything else, so this is where we part ways. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you.